Hello everyone, welcome to Richie's Corner. Um, in this video tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys how to configure your ordinary PS2 pad using the Xbox 360ce emulator so as to work as the original Xbox 360 pad. First off, I've kept all the needed files and all the drivers in the link in the description below, so you can download everything. You just have to follow what I teach you here. I have already downloaded my files. This is the Xbox 360 needed files, and also all the Dilong gamepad and converter drivers, which is in the description, in the link in the description. So I have it here already. So first off, you need to open this folder. Open the needed VCC++ folder and start with the Microsoft, this particular folder. We are going to install everything in this folder, one after the other. So we start with this one. I have done mine already, so I don't need to install it again, but you guys have to do yours. Or I can still repair, because I know most of you guys have it on your computers, but you can still repair them. We do the same for the 32-bit. It's going to take a little longer, but you guys have to hang on because these installs into the Windows make some little upgrades. Okay, so the Microsoft Visual C C++ for the 64-bit is done, so we just have to wait for the 32-bit to also finish. Okay, we are done with these two files, so we start with these ones. We are going to install each of these one after the other. You see, each of them, although they have the same names, but each comes with different sizes. That means each of it have its own role to play within the Windows. Omitting any of this can lead to so many problems, but following what I'm doing will give you the exact results. I already have them installed on my PC, but just for tutorials issue I have to go over it again. Okay, so we come to the second one. go to next. Okay, so go to the next one. I already have this one, but yes, so go over it. Even if it prompts you that you have it installed on your PC, you can still repair it. Okay, so we are done with these files. Okay, you just have to close this one. We are done with the first part, which is installing all the required Windows setups. Okay, the second thing to do is we are going to extract this Xbox 360 CE app, this particular thing. This is the emulator itself, so this is what we are going to use for all the configuration. So you double click on this, highlight it, can extract it to the FIFA main folder. That's the origin games. Sorry, mine is installed in drive C, program files 86, which is the default for most of you. This is the default folder for origin. So origin games, and click on FIFA 15. You can do it anyway. You can extract it to desktop and copy it into the folder, or you can just follow what I'm teaching you guys. Okay, so we just have to go and check whether we had it there. Okay, so here we are. This is it. This is the file we just extracted into the origin game. Okay, so after extracting this emulator into your main FIFA 15 folder, you leave it there, and then in the description there is a link for this particular raffle, the all dialog gamepad and converter drivers. You know, most PS2 gamepads don't come with their drivers, so I got it here for you guys, and the link to download it's down in the description. I have mine downloaded here, so you just download it and extract it. It's not that big, about 72 megabytes of size. No, there are some little tricks we are going to do also in the registry editor. So after installing the drivers, we'll get to that. And talking about the registry editor, I know most of you guys who have tried the Xbox 360ce emulator knows about it, but because of tutorials sake, I'm going to go over it again so as to prevent any other further errors or any difficulties. You just have to wait patiently for this file to extract. Okay, so we have it right here. We've extracted this WinRAR file and we have it right here. So you open it up and run this auto run. You guys have to do this only if you know you are not so sure you have a drivers to your pad. If you know you have a drivers to your pad, your gamepad, fine, you are good to go. But you always have to be sure. Maybe you might have a drivers to your pad but not your converter or something like that. You know, most people use a single converter or the double converter, which is the one I'm currently using, and these ones, which are the common ones people are using. In fact, any product from Dialog, so far here is all here. So you just click on any of them just to confirm the one you are using. Okay, I'm using this one as my converter, so I'll click on this one, run the setup. Okay, I'm getting this because I've already installed it on my PC, but yes, still I'm going to go ahead and click on yes. It's going to reinstall the drivers. Okay, this is the twin USB converter, so I have the drivers installed for this one. And looking at the joysticks here, you just choose on the particular joystick you are using. Okay, but most of the joysticks we guys use are this particular one. This is the just the usual PS2 pad, which comes with a converter or a USB. This is the usual every guy use for PS2. So we go ahead and click on setup for that one too, and click. Okay guys, I'm getting this because I've already installed this on my computer, and if you install this on your computer, you are going to get this folder. You're going to get this icon, this icon. If you run this setup and it goes through just as mine did, you should supposed to get this icon on your desktop. Okay, so once we have that one to install, you're going ahead to close it. Over to when I told you guys we're going to do a little trick in the registry editor. Okay, so you hit Windows key and run on your keyboard and type in regedit, then hit enter. Okay, you click on yes. Okay, sorry guys, this is the default screen you have to get if you've never tampered with your registry editor. but I have been doing a lot of things here, so you see I collapsed all the folders, but this should be the default screen you should get if you hit reg edit. Okay, I'll go over it again. You hit your Windows R key and type reg edit. You click on yes, and it should give you this, the default screen. Okay, so this is where the trick comes in. We are going to deceive the Windows to make it see any pad. We insert it as an Xbox 360 pad. So you expand the H key current user, you expand it, you expand and go to system, you expand that one to click on current control sets, expand it, click on the control, expand that one to go to media properties, expand it, click on your private properties, expand that one too, and then expand your joystick, this one. Okay, now you click on your OEM and expand it. This is just so by default you should get these 3 folders here, these 3 folders. Because of the drivers we installed one for the converter and we installed one for the gamepad, and one should be a default from Windows. So these are the 3 folders you should see if you get to the OEM. You click on each of them, you see here the OEM name, you get the USB network joystick, and here we get the twin USB network gamepad, which is the converter I installed the drivers for. This is it, this is the converter's name, and this is the gamepad drivers we installed. Okay, so the trick will be done here on the twin USB network gamepad. Okay, you double click on this and we are going to replace it with the Xbox 360 name, the full name of the Xbox 360, which can be found in, you go to your computer, drive C, you go to the origin games folder and open your FIFA main folder. Okay, if you don't have FIFA 15 installed, you are not going to get this file. Okay, so if you get into your FIFA 15 folder, you double click on this particular file. Okay, so here we go, we have it here, Xbox 360 for Windows controller. Okay, so you are going to highlight from Xbox up to this part. Please do not copy this exclamation marks over here, these 2 semicolons, don't copy them, just copy from Xbox 360 to the last bracket close. Okay, so now in the registry editor, in the middle one, the middle folder, which is where you can find the twin USB gamepad, you double click and you're going to see the twin USB gamepad. But before then, you have to check here. You see it's showing here after installing your pad, it shows here as the twin USB. This is showing because it sees the converter. Okay, now the converter is now working. The converter is what the Windows see. Okay, so this is what we are going to change for Windows to see we are using an Xbox 360 original gamepad. Okay, so you double click on the OEM name and paste what you copied from your FIFA 15 folder here. Click on OK, and to check, you double click on this again and you see it has been changed. So now the Windows have been deceived that we are using an original Xbox 360 controller. And from here you can click on properties to check if your pad are corresponding, just as mine is doing. I have my pad installed and I can see it's corresponded, although I'm using a PS2 pad, but it's showing that everything is corresponding. Go to the calibration functions, the vibration test, everything is also working right here. Okay guys, so we are done with the registry editor thing. What we are going to do now is you go into our FIFA 15 main folder, and you guys remember we extracted the emulator into it, so we are now coming to configure our pad with the original Xbox 360 settings, how the original Xbox 360 pad is set. So you have to double click on the emulator, but you have to get your internet connected and also your pad connected. That's your PS2 pad connected. Okay, so it's going to prompt you. If you double click on this, it's going to prompt you that there is no ini file found, and you want us to create a new file. You hit on yes. Okay, you hit on yes again. Okay, so this is where it's coming to automatically search for the settings from the internet. This is it. Okay, so you click on X. Don't change anything here, just click on next. It's going to automatically search the internet for the settings. Okay, it doesn't take that long, so you click on finish. Okay, because it's a twin USB converter, it will search for both game pads. Okay, click on finish. So here we are. You guys can see my PS2 pad is now working just as the Xbox 360 original pad does. Everything is working. Okay, so you click on save and exit this. Okay, so from here you guys have to pay a little more attention. From here you open your Xbox 360 needed files folder. I have here some files, some files which will be needed for this tutorial. This file will be extracted into the FIFA main folder, where we first extracted the 360 emulator into. We are going to extract one of these files into it, depending on your operating system. So I have it right here. This one should be used if you are on a 32-bit Windows, and this one should be used if you're on a 64-bit Windows. This is the same as for the 64-bit, so you can use both of these if you are using a 64-bit operating system. I'm using a 64-bit operating system, and I know most gamers also use 64-bit operating system. Okay, so you're going to hold your control key and select the files I'm selecting right here. These 3 files, you extract them to your main FIFA 15 folder, which can be found here in the origin games. Okay, we are seeing this because we already have an XI inputs 13.dll already in the FIFA 15 folder, but for this tutorial you have to click on yes. Click on yes to all. Okay, so we are going to go back into our FIFA 15 folder to check if these files are in here. Okay, so here they are. This file, this is what we highlighted and extracted. This file and this file. These are the 3 files we highlighted. Okay, so from here we are going to copy some files in this rename DLL. They are just duplicates of this original file in the FIFA 15 folder. They are just duplicates. This particular file, we just made a duplicate of it and rename them. So we are going to copy these 4 files. The files are in this file, the rename DLL. So we copy them, then paste it into your FIFA 15 folder. It's going to ask you to copy and replace because it have it right there. Okay, you have to go for copy and replace. Okay, so there you have it. And in all, there's one thing you guys should know. If you did everything well, just as I taught you, you have to see these files with the same size, each one being 131 kilobyte, 131 kilobyte, 131 kilobyte. Okay, and you should have 8 files being added to the FIFA 15 folder, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Everyone should make sure you have these 8 files copied into your FIFA 15 folder. Okay, after this, there is one more thing we need to do. There's just the last thing we need to do and we are good to go. In the same folder, that's the Xbox 360 needed files, I've kept in a readme file. That's the text document. Open it. Okay, I've kept the instructions there, but then I'm going to still teach you how to go about it. Okay, but first off, you go into your FIFA 15 folder and we are going to make a little modifications to a file in it, which is this particular file, the 360ce. This particular file, you double click it or right click and go to open. And in this notepad, under the input hook, you are going to find hook mode, which is equal to 1. Okay, so we leave this one aside and come to our Xbox 360 needed files, which is we come to open the readme file. In the readme file, you copy these files, these strings. These are some instructions. Okay, so you copy them. Please make sure you copy these ones. Make sure you copy these ones alone. These ones I just highlighted. Don't copy these ones, only these files. Copy it. Then you open your Xbox 360 notepad, and under the hook, under this particular input hook, there's already a hook mode there, so you guys, you can delete it. You can delete everything here and then paste what you copied there. So you see we have these files here, the files we copied from my readme. You have it here. Okay, so you click on file and save. File and save. Close it up. So that is that. We are done. If you guys followed me well, you should get everything going and running with no problems at all. So from here, you can open your FIFA 15 to verify if everything went on well. So guys, I'm now opening my FIFA 15, and I know it's going to prompt us to log in with our origin credentials. I don't know most of you guys, if you are on an original CD, you are good to go. But if you are to put in any credentials on origin before your game open, anyhow your game open, you need to open your game. Okay, so I am logged in into my origin account. Okay, so here we are. This is my FIFA 15 right here. Okay guys, so everything should work fine, only if you followed everything that I taught you guys. Thank you, and always subscribe to this channel for more. You can also ask questions and I'll be glad to reply your messages. I'll also add my email accounts so that everybody can send me an email so that I can reply the person. Thanks once again. Keep visiting Richie's Corner for more stuff. Bye.